Cavill. Instead, you will be engulfed by the Wade Wackos. The Duke fans ready for their Blue Devils to go to work. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So Stanford's offense will take the field first. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Breaks into the open. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
There's nothing better than opening drive, coming out as an away team. Everybody's got all that excitement, all that energy, and being able to run the football and physically exert yourself to start a football game.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Zips it out to his man. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinal! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
So the Duke Blue Devils offense has the ball for the first time. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won, and last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. When you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And the Blue Devils will send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Hauls it in at the 40. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Picks up the first down. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. To throw, it's Rasmussen. That's caught. It's Black. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a first down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Sweet cut there. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Stanford gets set to snap it on first down. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. It's complete to the right. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. He caught it. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Stanford comes up with a first and goal. miles ahead. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stopped short of the goal line. Now on 2nd and goal. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Quarterback on the keeper. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford!
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Florida State may not be leaving town with a blowout victory, but they'll take a dub away from Doak Campbell Stadium every time. The Noles have been racking up road wins since the Bobby Bowden days, and they get another one today. One team will rise in the ACC standings, while the other is going to sink like a stone. The harsh reality of college football when conference foes face off, fellas.
Devin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. Dropping back, it's Hooks. Bringing the heat.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some And
he picks it off in their end zone. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinal. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Well, that was absolutely incredible. I don't know if I've ever seen a play before where a defender gets a pick 6 and he doesn't actually even have to advance the football. They were so backed up. The quarterback was so far deep in his own end zone when he threw it. He never saw the defender. He picked it off, and touchdown defense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire, and those games late in the season are the ones that really determine what happens. But you got to set yourself up for success, and it starts right here in the first conference game in the ACC for your team.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll leave it with him. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Now facing a 3rd and long.
Cooler 18! Cooler 18!
Dropping back, it's Hooks. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with results of the play. The Blue Devils will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. They could not have drawn up a better start than this, already up 21-0. Offense in an empty set. They'll start this drive going to the air. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front, and they won one right there, getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play, and they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those because they are finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. The Cardinal come to the line with lots of work to do on third down. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. They finally get to him, and what a play there to pick up the first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Wants to throw on first down. Makes a man miss. He makes a little bit of headway and is pushed out of bounds at the 43. Stanford with a lot of options here on second and short. The give to the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And nice job on second down. Maybe you're expecting a pass, but sticking the run in there, catching him off balance a little bit, getting a big gain, getting the first down.
At the end of the quarter, it is Stanford holding the edge. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. So first down here as they go back to work.
Let's go! Let's go!
They'll ride the hot hand. Not much room to run. Let's give him one to the 33.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
From the gun, the ground game. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats.
Fires toward the end zone. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call.
Hold on.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Here we go! Here we go!
Scanning the field, it's Rasmussen. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone. Stanford lines up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. And the Blue Devils buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on first down. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and you can tell he was trying to run with that football before he caught it. That slant route, you stick your foot in the ground, cut towards the QB. This is one of those plays where he puts it on the money and you just try to make yards after the catch, but key word being after the catch.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be third down.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Got his man on the right. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. The Blue Devils are flying down the field. Wants to throw again. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to throw, it's Hooks. He's got it. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better.
There he goes. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. And when you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a first down like they did right there.
He's going to run it. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Well, it's a nice positive play on the bootleg going to the right there, and a really good decision that time by the quarterback, too, because he's supposed to throw that down the field, but as soon as he turned around, he saw that there was just open space, green grass. Put your foot in the ground, use your athletic ability, and go get positive yards.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And the Blue Devils are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Working that left side now. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. This offense just wearing this defense down. 11th play of the drive coming. Finds his big tight end. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Back to pass on second down. Got it in the middle. It's Denson. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's second down. Offense gets set for second down.
Here we go.
Looking for a man. It's Hooks. Quickly complete. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're a perfect 2 for 2 on third down on this drive. They need 8 to move the chains again. Pumps it downfield. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Creates a little room. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Off play action. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a few.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there and catching the football.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Motion from the wideout. Out of the gun, the inside give. Tough, hard-nosed running. He got 3, but he needed 4. It's 4th down and 1. Stanford lines up to punt it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. To the air. It's Hooks. On target.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Finds his man down the middle. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
Wants to keep it in the air. This time it's complete. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Blue Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, they get the first down, going for it on 4th and 1, and they're in that fringe area right now in their opponent's territory. So important for them to keep the momentum going because they've got to be thinking, we're scoring points here. We're going to pay this drive off.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Pocket breaking down. Complete to the left. Gets him down at the 26. Big play there. Give him 15 yards on the game, and they move the sticks. And the Blue Devils have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Hooks. Got it in the middle. It's Kelly. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Blue Devils!
A nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now listen, it's not even halftime yet. So keep fighting, going to halftime, regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David. You've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer, because it's been all gas.
Oh, that's right. Strike while the iron's hot, too, before this defense gets to go in at halftime to potentially make some adjustments, show you some different looks in the second half. Whatever you've been doing, it's working. Keep it up.
The Cardinal can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Grab near the sticks. It's Evans. A solid pickup there. Works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Safe completion on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
On those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
They've got the screen set up. Turns it on in midfield. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the 1st down.
Back to pass, it's Rasmussen. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the 1st half. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Unloads to the wideout. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. And it's 3rd down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. From the left hash, he'll try to bend in a 37-yarder. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Just enough time for one final play of the half. The give to the single back. And he's able to get some positive yardage before he's brought down, and that'll bring us to halftime. Stanford will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They start this 3rd quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. It's like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the 1st half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing, with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a 3-point stance. He can sometimes...
Oh, he's got some space. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Makes the grab. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid.
And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Duke! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Their lead is down to 10. It's moments like this you start to feel a little bit of heat to put points on the board. Handoff from the gun. Hard running there. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Quick release on the RPO. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Stanford at the line, needing to convert on 3rd and short. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. Trying play action. Looking deep down the right side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. On the run, it's Kelly. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Turning it on! Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down. The Blue Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Hooks. Oh, they're after him. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Dances away to buy time. He saw just enough daylight to move the sticks and get it done with his legs.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than quarterback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide. But to be able to break on those short passes and be an open field tackler like that and give up no yards and protect deep, that's a nice job by the corner.
It's complete on the right side. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Snagged out of the air. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practiced, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Just keep slinging it. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Man, and you kind of wondered when were they going to cover this guy. He's been making catches ad nauseum. When was he going to get some special attention? Nice job on the defense. You could tell they were forcing the football there. Broke on the football. Almost had the big play.
This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. The inside handoff. He gets it to the 34-yard line, but excellent third down defense, and fourth down's coming up. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. And he missed it. No good. Guys, that field goal could loom large. Missing an opportunity to get within a touchdown, we're still sitting on a 10-point game. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
Looking to throw, it's Rasmussen. Caught. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Stanford with a lot of options here on 2nd and short. From the gun, the running back has it. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. The Cardinal can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. The play action fake. Under fire. Going to try to get it himself.
2nd and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
Takes the handoff. It's Bauer. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21. Give him a yard.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Off the bootleg and rolling out. On the run, fires downfield. He makes the catch. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. We're interesting to see what the offense does on this next one. Now listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock.
Hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth.
Stanford, 31-14.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Kelly. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. A really nice job methodically driving down the field the last time they had it, but the missed field goal ruined the drive. Offense working from the pistol. Looking for a man. It's Hooks. Plucks it out of the air. Gets it out just short of the 20, out of bounds at the 19-yard line, and a little more room to operate.
I know a lot of people don't like prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3 scores in the fourth quarter, I am not giving up a single big play. I'm letting you check it down, throw it in front of me. I'm going to tackle you. I'm going to let that clock tick because I am up and that clock is running out.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They'll try to get it through the air. Makes the grab on the left. Crosses the 30. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's the big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
This offense has their work cut out for him, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Wants to throw again. Got his man on the right. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Fires to the big fella.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Finds his man. It's Nunez. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. And the Blue Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Looking to pass. It's Hooks. They're working that left side. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th